Hi, I'm Elizabeth Stolle, and I'm a professor of literacy studies at Grand Valley State University. And I'm excited to be here today with you to do a little bit of writing. So today we're going to look at a different type of poetry, and this time we're looking at concrete poetry. But remember, before we go into writing, it's really helpful if we think about some ideas of things we'd like to write about. Sometimes coming up with our ideas is tricky, and so it can be helpful to wander around the house and find some objects that might be interesting of which you could write about. So I did a little walk around the house and I found a whale stuffed animal, thinking about animals I might want to write about. I also found a baseball hat, which I could write about baseball or other sports that I like to play or watch. And I also found some sunglasses. It made me think about the beach or vacation or summer days. And so these are just some ideas. So take a minute to wander around your house and see if you can come up with some ideas for writing. And then we're going to jump in and talk about concrete poems, or otherwise we call them shape poems. Okay, so now that you have some ideas generated about what you might want to write about, we're going to talk about how you go about writing a concrete poem, or otherwise known as a shape poem. So I decided that I was going to write a poem about leaves. It's fall and it's kind of chilly out, and I look out my window and I see that the leaves are falling. So I first started by coming up with words that I thought of to describe leaves. So I thought of words such as red, orange, yellow, brown, crunch, crackle, rake, blowing in the wind. So come up with words and phrases about what you want to write about in order to describe that thing. Then what you're going to do is you're going to try to draw a picture of what you want to write about. So this is my picture of a leaf. It doesn't have to be a perfect drawing, just do your best and draw an outline of what you want to write about. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put the words along the outline of your object. So for my leaf poem, I wrote leaves falling, leaves red, brown, green, orange, yellow, fall, leaves, autumn comes. So I wrote all of my words around my poem, around the shape, in order to write my poem. So I'm going to share a couple other examples so you can see how you can go about writing your own shape poem. Here's an example of a poem that was written about a pie. And here they wrote about all the different types of pies that they like. And so the poem is written in the shape of a pie, and it talks about, I like pie, pumpkin pie, chocolate pie, hot marshmallow. I like pie, pumpkin pie, chocolate pie, carrot, marshmallow, Oreo, pie of any kind. I like pie. And they just wrote those words around and around until they were able to make the shape of a pie. So not only can we write shape poems outlining the object that we're writing about, but we can also write our poem in the actual shape of the object. So here's an example.
I created the shape of this poem. So here I wrote bun, and it kind of looks like a bun. My hamburger is kind of squished. You can see my lettuce is kind of wiggly, just like lettuce is. My cheese is really scrunched down there, really narrow in between there. My ketchup's kind of running off the sides. So is my mustard, and then my bun's squished right on the bottom there.
And here I'm going to share another example. My son Peter wrote a shape poem about coronavirus.
Hello everybody, I'm going to read you my poem, and it's called The Coronavirus. It's harmful, dangerous, germful, terrifying, hurtful, killing, virus, scientific, ugly, scary, new, bad, sad, wildlife, no breathing, no home. Thank you.
So now it's your turn. Go ahead and find what you want to write about and start thinking about different words and phrases that describe that object. And then trace out a picture or the outline of that object, and then go ahead and write your words along the lines or within it to make a shape. And that is how you make a concrete poem or a shape poem. I hope you enjoy. Happy writing!